Today, we're going to look at how many empires has evolved over time, from when the core was called the headquarters, to the old windmills, to the new troops, and more. And make sure you stick around, because I'll also be sharing some secret codes you can use right now for free rewards. This is where it all started. Many empires in its earliest days looked completely different from what we know today. Your base wasn't called the core, it was the headquarters. Your economy ran on windmills instead of farms. And the troops? They had completely different designs, simpler but still full of personality. Even the user interface was basic compared to today's polished look. But for players back then, it was still exciting and fresh. Back then, the game was all about mastering the basics. You'd rush to build windmills, farms expand your headquarters, and hope your neighbors didn't attack too soon. There were no naval battles, just you, your troops, and your strategy. Every building was completely different from nowadays. Even alliances weren't as common. Players often had to fend for themselves, which made every match tense and unpredictable. But as the community grew, so did the game. Players wanted more depth, more strategy, and more ways to outsmart their opponents. And that's when the big updates started rolling in. One of the first big changes was renaming the headquarters to the core and replacing windmills with farms. Farms became the backbone of your economy, and upgrading them unlocked even faster resource production. But that wasn't all. The developers also introduced higher tiers of resources like oil pumps, caves, and eventually oil rigs, giving players more options and rewarding those who controlled more of the map. This shift made economy management just as important as military power, forcing players to balance building, expanding, and defending their territory. In June 2024, Mini Empires released one of its biggest updates yet, version 0.5.3, also known as the Horizon Update. This update brought a brand new map called Horizon, designed specifically for naval battles, and introduced a whole fleet of boats. You could now build harbors in shallow water to produce ships and oil rigs on ocean oil spots to generate massive income. The new boats included the all-around destroyer, the deadly submarine, the barge and speedboat for transporting troops, and the builder boat, which let you construct structures at sea. The core itself got a powerful upgrade too. It can now defend itself with a deadly beam, and vehicles and buildings now burn when damaged past 50%, slowly losing health over time, adding even more strategy to your attacks. The update also brought redesigned terrain with stylized biomes, improved models for turrets, farms, walls, and gates, and a smoother, more polished UI overall. Finally, the developers made big balance changes, like making turrets more effective but with less health, reducing the cost of oil pumps, and improving the power of gunners and light tanks. All of these changes combined made the game faster, more competitive, and more exciting, especially for players who wanted to master naval strategy. After the Horizon update, the developers didn't slow down. In August 2024, they dropped version 0.6.0, one of the most impactful updates yet. This update introduced bridges for the first time, letting players cross oceans and fight at multiple heights, adding a whole new layer of strategy. They also added a brand new army selection wheel, letting you quickly select all your ground or sea troops, and made it easier to manage big armies by raising the unit cap from 30 to 40. For those tense alliances, you can now even break an alliance, either if both players agree or if your ally leaves the server. On top of that, they added more stats like income per minute total buildings, and even your first join date, perfect for tracking your progress. The game also got a huge under-the-hood rework, improving stability, fixing bugs, and optimizing performance for higher frame rates. Units move more smoothly, collisions are fixed, and the maps feel better than ever. Maps like Vertigo were redesigned to focus more on elevation. The harbor was buffed to heal ships nearby, and defensive structures like walls and gates got massive health buffs, making them much more reliable. All of these changes made the game faster, smoother, and more competitive, while keeping it accessible to newer players, thanks to matchmaking that separates beginners from veterans. And here we are, the latest version of Mini Empires as of July 2025, version 0.9.0. This is the most feature-packed, polished, and competitive version yet. This update completely revamped the in-match interface, with a cleaner build menu, dynamic keybinds, a mini-map for better awareness, visual pings for communication, and even sprinting and limping animations for units. We also got two exciting new additions to gameplay: the Shotgunner unit, which can deal devastating area damage at close range, and the Missile Defense building, which intercepts deadly missiles before they can hit your base. For collectors, limited-time steampunk skins are back. Soldiers now have backpacks, and outfits have been revamped for more personality. There's even a daily reward streak, discounted starter packs, and a dedicated promo code interface. Balance changes and quality of life improvements touched nearly every part of the game, from health and damage buffs for tanks and turrets, to a smarter matchmaking system, and even new player ranks like Master between Gold and Paragon. With all these changes, Mini Empires has evolved into a highly competitive, polished RTS with something for everyone, and it's still growing. And don't forget to redeem these secret codes for free rewards. Dune, Come Back Update, and Virial. Let me know in the comments what you got.